I'll make sure it was in Sholo, Arizona, that was killed yesterday in the line of duty. I want to make sure that I get his name right. Officer Darren Reed. Officer Darren Reed killed in the line of duty, sadly, in Sholo, Arizona yesterday. Police shot and killed the suspect who killed that Sholo officer, and you can read more about that story on our website. But yeah, that's why those flags are at half-staff to honor Officer Darren Reed from the Sholo Police Department. So Clinton asks, is this happening anywhere else? Just anecdotally, I saw video from, I think it was in Oakland, where there was some, was it university students out there? Yeah, I saw some video from Oakland where there was some protesting going on. Obviously, it looks like half of the population is pretty disappointed about the result of the election. The other half not as disappointed or happy about the results of the election. We certainly appreciate all those folks in the Facebook comments. Looks like a spirited debate going on. I've got the Facebook comments going up here in the helicopter. And we certainly encourage that your comments and discussion in the comments, and remind everybody to keep it civil. It's a family website. Once again, we're looking at high school students walking out over the election results. These high school students made their way down to the state capitol in Phoenix, Arizona. And switch back to a live shot here of these students out in the Capitol Plaza in front of the state capitol. Increased police presence. There are quite a few police cruisers along the streets, just making sure that folks stay on the sidewalk and out of the path of traffic. And so far, it seems like that's been the case. Everybody's been on the sidewalk, and it seems to be a really peaceful protest. Those students gathering just right down on the plaza in front of the state capitol. We do see some DPS officers posted up in the doorways of the state capitol, make sure that folks don't go into the buildings, and that doesn't look like anybody's tried to do that at all. They're just kind of marching around in a circuit along the plaza there. And I'll show you a shot. Here's where the state capitol is in relation to downtown Phoenix. Let me back that up just a little bit. Here's what this is state capitol in relation to downtown Phoenix. We're looking toward the east. So state capitol just to the west of downtown Phoenix, and these students, as I zoom in here, just marching right in the plaza out in front of the state capitol. These are students from a few area high schools. We're told Carl Hayden High School, North High School, Central High School, and Metro Tech. All those high schools relatively close to the downtown Phoenix area. And those students look like they made their way here on foot, gathering in the plaza right in front of the state capitol building. So we see a lot of folks on the Facebook comments talking about not giving them attention and that kind of thing. Up here in the chopper, we cover the news stories, so that's our job. We cover the news, and we certainly, this is it's newsworthy when you have 4 high schools worth of students walk out in protest of an election down to the state capitol. So that's why we're down here covering it. this one? Oh, that's a military cadet school. Oh, military cadet school. Area. Once again, what we're looking at is high school students walking out over the election results, marching. These are high school students in Phoenix, Arizona. Marched down to the Arizona State Capitol, right in downtown Phoenix, or near downtown Phoenix, to the Capitol Plaza where they're marching around. It's been a peaceful protest from what we've seen. They're just marching around the Capitol grounds there. Police are on scene, but thus far it looks like it's totally a peaceful thing. Police just making sure that folks don't go out in the roadways, and it doesn't look like anybody's tried to do that. DPS officers also blocking the doorways of the state capitol, but it doesn't look like any of the students have tried to enter the state capitol building itself. They're just out there listening to some speakers on bullhorns and that kind of thing, marching around. They've got signs. Most of the signs express anti-Trump sentiment, anti-Joe Arpaio sentiment. Joe Arpaio, the polarizing, I guess you could say, sheriff of Maricopa County, who was defeated in the election last night. So these students marching out in protest of the election results, gathering on the state capitol grounds right near downtown Phoenix. Okay. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're covering a story of some high school students in Phoenix who walked out in protest of the election results. Looks like four different groups of high school students, at least four different groups of high school students from North High School, Carl Hayden High School, Metro Tech, and Central High School, all gathering on the Capitol Plaza, the State Capitol Plaza in Phoenix. Coming back to a live shot, those folks gathered on the State Capitol Plaza. You can see the Capitol Dome there, and those students gathered in the plaza. They've been marching, chanting, carrying signs, and their message of disappointment with the election results. We've also seen signs that mention Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who was defeated last night in the election, Donald Trump, who won the election for president last night. And I would say there's probably a couple hundred students down there. Maybe at its peak we saw maybe 200-300 students down there, and it looks like we've still got most of those students. I'm not seeing many students leaving. Looks like they're still gathered down there. So again, for those that are joining us, we appreciate their comments in the. If you're joining us on Facebook, that is, we appreciate your discussion in the comments, and encourage everybody to keep it civil. Kanye 2020. The Facebook comments. Kanye 2020. Yeah, we've got Facebook comments going up here as well. If you have any questions about what's going on. Up here in the helicopter, yours truly, Jerry Ferguson, running the camera, as well as Aaron Whitesill flying the helicopter. We're going to stay out of the political discussion. We'll let you guys do that on Facebook. But if you have any questions about what's going on, doesn't look like there's any road closures or anything like that. If you've got any questions of that nature, looks like everything's relatively peaceful as far as the protest down here. But we can certainly answer any questions that you might have. Scotch says, civil, you say. Do you see the comments in here? Oh, yes, we see the comments. That's why we're reminding folks to be humane to each other. Emotions are high after election. We get that. So once again, if you're just joining us on Facebook, Marva, we'll welcome to the Facebook feed. We encourage a civil discussion. The issues what we're looking at is students gathering in the plaza, the state capitol, and protesting the election results. Students seem to be expressing some anti-Trump sentiment on their signs, as well as Joe Arpaio. Seen some signs expressing anti-Sheriff Joe Arpaio sentiment, as well as messages expressing their gladness that he was defeated in the election last night. These are high school students from a few area high schools, 4 high schools: Carl Hayden, North High School, Metro Tech, and Central High School. So somebody says, shout out to Phoenix Union. I'm guessing that's where most of these high schools are, in the Phoenix Union district. And again, we're just playing you a couple of clips of video here, since we're out of the state capitol is right under the flight path for Sky Harbor Airport, so we're staying out of the way of some of the airliners at the moment. We'll come back to a live shot here of the state capitol there. For those that are wondering why the flags are at half staff, those are in honor of a police officer who was unfortunately killed in the line of duty. Officer Darren Reed of the Sholo Police Department was killed yesterday. Now, officers were able to catch up with that suspect and eventually shot and killed that suspect as well. But again, those flags at half staff honoring Officer Darren Reed, who lost his life yesterday, was shot and killed. And the story that we're covering right now, students, you can just see them down there. Students gathering, high school students gathering in protest or disappointment, expressing their disappointment with the election results. So again, we thank you for joining us on our Facebook feed. We seen a couple of comments asking why. Somebody asked, why are we giving them attention? We cover the news. That's what we do up here in the Penguin Air and Plumbing News Chopper. Covering the news. These are high schoolers marching out of school, or walking out of school, that is, marching down to the state capitol. And over the election results, the signs that we saw expressed some anti-Trump sentiment as well as anti-Joe Arpaio. So there's certainly some issues that these students feel strongly about. Okay. And chopper to news desk. Yep. Yep. So again, if you're just joining us on the Facebook feed, we certainly appreciate you joining us. And yeah, copy that. We can do that. So again, if you're just joining us, these are live pictures of student protest out in front of the state capitol building in Phoenix. High school students marching out of 4 Valley high schools, Phoenix area high schools, gathering in front of the state capitol in protest of the election results, carrying signs, chanting. So far, it looks like it's been a pretty peaceful protest. We certainly appreciate all those folks on Facebook that have joined in the discussion. And if you're wanting to get breaking news alerts as they happen, you can sign up for that to get notified whenever we go live on Facebook. Download the 3TV and CBS 5 apps, and we'll have more information about this and other news concerning the election and other Arizona news on the 4 p.m. newscasts. Join us for that. Thanks for joining, everybody. Some rough comments, man. Yeah, it's yeah, some strong opinions for sure. Very strong opinions. But it's good, you know, people can talk it out over Facebook. Some people more effectively maybe than others, but yeah. Yeah, I think